Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to my channel today. Let's see what we've got for Sagittarius in love. General reading. These are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest. And if this doesn't resonate with you, Sagittarius, take a look at your rising sign or your moon sign for more information, or find another reader. There are so many wonderful readers on YouTube right now. There are lots and lots of places to get information. So, asking angels and spirit guides for messages for Sagittarius for love for the next month. Whoops. Whoa, we got a chunk. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. All right, so I do a 16 card spread. We start with 4, and they don't usually come out as a chunk like that, but those did, so I'm going to take it as they fall. So, looking at love for next month for Sagittarius, the first row of cards here is our current situation. So the first card I see here is the Nine of Swords. And goodness. And this is an air energy. Sorry, my camera's doing wacky things today. So we have an air energy here, and this is a whole lot of thoughts making us completely crazy. There's just too much going on. This feels like a lot of doubt, a lot of focus on something, and we don't really have any control over it. You're wondering where things are going to go. Is somebody going to come along? Is it going to be somebody you like? Do you really want to invest in this person? Right now it seems very up in the air, too many ifs. You can look at the past and say, I don't know, these things weren't so great. I just don't know. I want it, but I don't want it. I really want it, but I really don't want it. So looking at what I'm hearing for this one is the pros and cons, and they're kind of equal on both sides. So you're kind of in that stuck place of, I don't know. I do want it, but I don't. So that's quite a dilemma. The next card I see here in the current situation is the Judgment card. And this one is all about making decisions. So you've got choices to make. For this situation, it seems like you've recently parted ways with someone, or you're about to part ways with someone, and it's taken a very long journey to get to this place where you've decided. You know, you've looked at the pros and the cons, and it seems like things are not really where you wanted it to be. This person has said and done some things which I'm getting this is like out of the blue, like it's not really their character, it's not really them, like it surprised you. Why did they do this? For some of you, it's somebody you haven't known that long, and for others of you, it's somebody that you do know, and it's like this bizarre something that has sort of caught you off guard and said, you know, I don't know if this is something I want to deal with. So I'm going to need to make a decision here. And the next card we have is the Knight of Cups. So this is a water energy, and this is about messages coming in about love and affection and partnership and romance. And this is something that I feel you're hoping for, Sagittarius, because you've had these other things, you know, despite going back and forth, you know, like, yes, I want it, no, I don't want it, because, you know, the bad things can be really bad. I don't know if I want to deal with it. Judgment here is making choices, but remember there's a guardian angel right there with you that you can rely on and reach out to say, help me. What do I need to know to make a really good, solid decision regarding this person or this relationship? And right here this shows to me that there is a desire for love to come to you, messages. And I mean, somebody to really mean it and to really show you that they care. So somebody with some very genuine feelings, a genuine big heart, someone who has your best interests at heart, not somebody who's going to do some of this whack stuff that leaves you wondering, like, why am I with this person at all? And over here, Sag, we got some fire energy going. And this is all about, with your energy, Sagittarians are known for being the travelers. You're all over. You can be very, very social and getting out and knowing lots and lots of people. And for some Sages, getting entangled in one relationship is sort of unappealing. But because of the nature of who you are as this attractive fire sign, you can't, it's like Leo, but you can't help but attract people to you. Especially, if you're not actually looking for anything or anybody. You're off doing your own thing. You've got your ideas going. You've got your projects, your creative ventures, your travels, and you're just excited about your life. Well, when you live that way, you give off this amazing energy and high vibration, which is very, very attractive and draws other people to you naturally. And sometimes for you Sages, it can be sort of annoying, or you're just doing your happy-go-lucky Sag thing, and people are just right there and they want a piece of you. They want some of your energy. They want some of your whatever it is that you've got that you're giving off. It's vibrant, it's alive, it's exciting, it's moving forward, it's happy, optimistic, joyful, and who doesn't want a piece of that? So being around somebody like that feels incredibly good. And when they're not around something like that, the contrast is pretty evident. So you doing your thing will just naturally make people stop and take notice of you. So, all right, we'll do a shuffle now here, and we'll look and see what some current challenges are for Sagittarius in love. What are some current challenges that our Sages might be facing in love this next month? Dear angels and spirit guides, can you give us messages for our Sagittarians? What do they need to know? What is their challenge? This might be something that they already know. Maybe it's something kind of hidden. Let's see what messages are in here. All right. Three of Pentacles. Page of Swords. Temperance. And Justice. Okay. All right, so challenge for Sages. Three of Pentacles. Looks like groups. I'm seeing large groups of people, and as much as you love to be around all that energy, there are some strange dynamics possibly going on, and I don't know. It's like I'm hearing like crazy mix-up, whatever that means. But challenges here is groups and other people. So this could be a couple of things to me. So one thing I'm hearing is that when you get in groups, because you are just naturally someone that sparkles, that people are drawn to, it could be causing some kind of a little bit of resentment or envy in somebody else. Like, why is everybody always looking at that Sag over there? I mean, what is it about that person that makes them, makes other people want to be around them? So I'm sensing a little bit of that. And the other thing is the group thing. If you prefer to go off and go on adventures by yourself, the group dynamic might not be where you want to be, but sometimes being in that group, somehow it opens it up to all the, like the 6 degrees of separation. People getting together in a group, it's a big dynamic. It brings lots of energy into play, lots of conversation, and pretty soon people will think about other people they know. So it could be that groups could be a source for you to find someone, but either you haven't found the right group to join or you don't really want to be a part of it. So if you get invited out to something, to a group, and you're kind of like, meh, I don't know if I want to go, maybe pop in there and take a quick look, because you can always pop back out if it's not for you, but keep your eyes open because you don't really know what's going to show up there. A challenge here, we got an air energy, and this sort of pops along with this. This is messages coming in. Could be from various people, could be from someone in this group or someone connected to this group. And this is a reminder to do things with integrity and to mind what you're saying and to be careful about the ways that you communicate with other people. And we can't really be responsible if people misinterpret what we say or they twist it around. But the good thing is, if somebody repeats something they think you said or it's not really what you said, other people really know you. They're going to know that that's not something that would ever come from you. So this is all about staying in your integrity, being honest and clear in your communications. And also that there are some kind of messages coming into you, and remember, it could come from this group. So the challenge is to walk on the straight and narrow and keep things on the up and up. The next challenge here is the Temperance card. So is everybody remembering that you have a guardian angel that's always with you, and they can't help you unless you reach out to them and say, I could really use your help on this. Ask questions. Asking questions is a great way to get responses. And not yes or no questions, but questions with explanations so that things will be spelled out to you in really interesting and significant ways. So this is your guardian angel helping you to reach a place of balance. Do you feel out of balance? Like frustrated or tired or grumpy or ruminating about things that aren't working or the person that's not here yet? Then calling on an angel might be just the thing you want to do. And you can ask questions like, do you have any messages for me that will, let me rephrase that. What messages do you have for me that will help me create more balance in my life right now? What do I need to know from you to feel better, to be in a place where I'm really calm and balanced and kind of on an even keel, where I can be open to finding a new person or information about a new person or receiving messages? So asking questions in a positive way. How can I grow? Where can I find these messages? What do I need to know? And those things will be revealed to you. And they really are remarkable. I started keeping a journal for myself with my questions. Be curious, ask the questions, and then when you realize that your question has been answered, remember that, what form it took and what you learned. If you can, write it down and keep track of it. And the more gratitude we show, appreciation for our angels, the more they're there to help us. All right, another challenge here is justice. So looks like, since justice is all about, again, creating more balance, what's fair, what's right. This is the karmic card. It's a Libra energy, so air. So being open to allowing things to continue to a state of balance. So both of these cards are telling us that. Two major arcanas talking about balance. So maybe there was an injustice, things were out of balance, you kind of came out on the bottom of things, or at the, not so great. So see that for what it was, get yourself back to this place of balance, and things will start to turn around. Remember, we can't really control at all what other people do or say, but we can control how we feel about things. And if we get triggered right away, we get really emotional or hot-tempered, or we're just reacting, that's really a good time to sort of to fall back and take a good look at it and say, what can I do with this? So what are some considerations right now for our Sagittarians? What do Sagittarius need to know? Something to consider to help turn this situation around. Pull something out here in the middle. First card we had here is face down. Queen of Wands, Page of Wands. We've got the Sun, and we've got the Page of Cups. So, some considerations, things to think about before taking any action. Here we go. We've got your fiery energy right here in the Queen of Wands. So this again is, this Queen of Wands, regardless of gender, somebody that is very magnetic, very attractive, very powerful, and knows what they want. Very determined. This is what I want. And that's confidence, and that's very sexy and very attractive. You see somebody that's sort of hemming and hawing and on the fence, and I don't know, it's just sort of soft and mushy and wishy-washy. And what feels really good to see is to see somebody that just, this is somebody that you just take note of immediately. They don't even have to open their mouth to let people know, because it's the energy that they carry into a space. They're extremely confident without being arrogant. They're very sure of themselves. They feel very good, and they have that power to create and manifest just about anything they want. She's got this sunflower. It's in full bloom. She's holding it up, hooked in with intuition. There's a cat. And she's very much hooked into her intuition. She's opening up to all of these ideas that are coming to her. So this is your energy. Pick up on the energy of the Queen of Wands. Feel confident. Think about that. Do you feel confident when you walk into a room? Think about how you present yourself. There are some amazing things you can do to raise your confidence and change the way that people perceive you. There was a really good TED Talk, I think by Amy Cuddy, on how body language and how we're perceived, and there are different kinds of gestures you can do with your arms. You can strike that Wonder Woman pose with the hands on the hips, or put the arms way out, and that drives up the testosterone level, which puts a surge of confidence through you. So people heading out to job interviews, or before they do a big talk on stage or make a big presentation, sometimes need a quick little fix of confidence, so that they walk in and they're standing very straight and tall, their energy is very open, their heart is facing other people, and They just have this surge through them, and that just exudes something very, very attractive. So consider boosting your attractiveness by connecting with your intuition and your confidence. Another thing to consider, more of your energy. We've got the Page of Wands. This is all about messages. How are you communicating with other people? This is suggesting or recommending or asking you to consider communicating with people in a playful way. This could also be surprises. Sagittarius are known to be very spontaneous and like to surprise people, and they laugh a lot. And the Sagittarius that I know and love are all pretty playful people. They're not taking things too seriously, and they just have this underlying sense of humor, and they're able to see the humor in all situations. So if you can look at something and come toward it with a playful attitude, youthful, childlike, get people laughing, it just sort of knocks people off guard. People love to laugh. It makes you feel good. It changes your whole body chemistry. So something to consider. All right, the next one. Oh, one of my favorite cards. There's the Leo energy of the sun. And the sun is, everything is illuminated. So you can picture yourself walking into a room, and a Sag carries this kind of energy anywhere, much like a Leo and an Aries, that just radiant. And the radiance, to me, comes here with this, all of these cards. Look at all the gold and the yellow in here. The sunflower, the sun, everything's illuminated. It's magical. This also points to infinite possibilities. So you've got this child on this horse, and the horse, the white horse, purity, infinity, infinite possibilities, this beautiful scarf going up here. All these sunflowers, everything bright, open, abundance. It's like all things good are possible, and they're right there. And you walk out and you carry this energy, which seems to be carried through all of these. It's really going to change everything. And we all love it when somebody comes into a room. Have you had that experience at a party, or there's somebody at your work, or wherever they go, they just seem to bring their own sunshine with them. And it doesn't matter. It can be a dark, gloomy day, or all kinds of things are going on. And this person still seems to find a way to focus on all that's good. And it's always possible to look around and find good things. And what happens, like with Abraham Hicks, talks about going on these rampages of finding good things. Or I'm hearing that song, these are a few of my favorite things from The Sound of Music, Raindrops and Roses and Whiskers on Kittens. It's really easy sometimes just to sit where you are, whether you're at work or in your car or in your kitchen or even taking a shower, that you can look around you in your physical space and notice everything that makes you feel radiant, joyful, and happy. Is it the scented soap in the shower? Is it the warm water and the fluffy towel? Are you sitting in your car? Is your upholstery really, your seat's really soft? You've got climate control in there, and you've got your coffee and your music. You can always look around and find good things. And as you find one or two, you can find three or four and five or six, and the momentum picks up until you can just flood yourself, and you can actually feel that change in your body, because as you feel better, your body creates more chemicals of feeling better. Dopamine and serotonin and oxytocin, all of those things that just uplift your mood. And the better it gets, the better it gets. Another consideration, we have a messenger card in the water sign. Page of Cups. No, this is all about Again, receiving more messages. This is playful messages and this is love messages. Are you appreciating people? Are you letting people know that you care about them as a friend or a neighbor or a colleague or a family member? How can you express a message of love to those, or appreciation to those people around you? This little fish is in here. Picture, this is like one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, and Dr. Seuss. I just see this playful little fish, which goes right along with the playful page of wands. The playfulness, it just pops out. You know that sometimes a positive comment that you make to someone with love and affection, to anyone, really makes a difference in their energy. It's like you're acknowledging that you really, truly see them for who they are. They could have had the crappiest day ever, but in exchange with you, could be someone at the grocery store, somebody you had an interaction with somewhere, just a comment or a look or a smile may be the one thing that just turned their whole day around and gave them some hope or feeling that, you know, I'm going to be okay. This is pretty nice, and this person found something good about me. And let people know that you made their day special, or you made their day unique, or you made them smile, or you reminded them of something very special and thank them. So these are little thank yous and little love messages which you can give to anyone, anywhere. And who doesn't love a little message of affection or appreciation from someone? So consider that. All right. And our final row here would be your best course of action. What can you do? What kind of actions, angels and guides, please offer our Saggies ideas for a best course of action to take? What course of action do we have? All right, let's see, we've got the Devil, whoa, the Tower, Eight of Wands, and Seven of Cups. Whoa, well, that's a pretty intense start for best course of action to take. All right, so looking at the Devil card here, Capricorn energy, the Devil card, the shadow side of the Devil card is being chained to something and allowing something that you're obsessing about that is not very good for you to drive you out of control. But the good thing is the Devil is actually able to connect with what he really wants and desires and just goes for it. So everyone looks at this card and just panics and says, oh my God, that's like the worst card ever. How could that show up? What on earth am I going to do with that, especially in the best course of action? So this is looking at, you may have chained yourself to something or hooked yourself into a way of thinking or an obsession, but what you can do is let that go, and you can turn it around and look at the positive side, because that is the shadow side. But the positive side of this is connecting with your base nature, your desires, pleasures, which you really, really, really want to do. So flip it around and figure out what it is that you really want. And let go of the ruminating, the chaining yourself to something that you know isn't good, and allow yourself to connect with things that you do like. All right, the next card here is the Tower card. Pretty intense card to see next to the Devil card. But you can look at this one as a restructuring of sorts. So this has let me know that you've had some things sort of fall apart, and this is an opportunity for you to let that stuff go and rebuild, because you have all these wonderful high energy cards in the considerations. So for this one, the best course of action is this tower thing has already happened. And now you can breathe a huge sigh of relief and say, you know what? Sometimes things that don't work topple. And if we don't choose to change them, they can get toppled for us, which sometimes is not really ideal. But getting a little bit of distance and looking at it, you can say, you know, that really pretty much opened it up for me to something better. So you're dealing with pain and disconnection. You're hooking into all of these positive energies. It means then that you're restructuring and rebuilding, and something really great is on its way. Next, we have fire energy, your energy here, Sag. This is the Eight of Wands. This means communications. So be willing to get your communication out there. Let people know what it is you want. Let them know that you're starting over. Let them see that you are the new you, that you have reinvented yourself. I'm hearing reinvention. You want what you want, and you make no apologies for it. A lot of people really want stuff, and they shy away from expressing it. And if somebody else wants to express it, well, they are all over it with anger, resentment, and condemnation to go, how dare you? And the ones that condemn and point their fingers the loudest and the longest are usually the ones that are engaged in that very thing in the first place. So, want what you want, connect with what you want, reinvent yourself, which is what Sages can do pretty quickly. Look at your messages that you're getting out there. This is the 8. It's all about abundance. You're moving forward. You're excited. You're creating new things. Messages are also going to come flying into you at breakneck speed. It's going to be fast and furious. So you can be very curious, wake up and say, oh, I wonder what messages are on their way to me today. I wonder who will send me something that's good news. I wonder what kind of good news I am going to get. I wonder what's going to make me smile and how it's going to change my life for the better. So ask questions. The last one here is the 7 of Cups. This is the water energy. This is letting you know, that you have lots and lots of options. Some people say that this is the overwhelm card or the stuck card. I don't see it as that. I see you as Sages really know what they want, and they go after it with a big energy, just like Leos and Aries. And that's something that really drives some of the other signs a little bit crazy. So maybe this is partially why they're into traveling and moving around and knowing lots and lots and lots and lots of people. They like to keep all their options open. You like to keep your options open. So this looks like there are tons of opportunities out there, absolutely everywhere. And each one looks better than the next. But Sages are pretty good at discrimination and discernment and choosing what you want to have. So remember, you have messages, you have the clarity with the sun, the playfulness, the openness. You're reinventing yourself, and you're looking at all of these options. So to me, this says there are lots of people out there that would be a great match for you. So you can sort of stay open and get to know lots of different people and take your good old sweet time, because you don't have to settle, and you never want to lower your standards. You want to keep them very high, which is what you always do. And the right thing will come to your awareness. All right, next we're going to do an animal message for Sag. Animal messages. Do a few cards here. Yeah, it looks like I'm running over the time. All right, what do we have for Sagittarius? 3 messages to move forward. Things in all areas that will have an effect on love and everything that's going on around them for the next month. Messages for Sagittarius. Messages for Sag. All right, don't see anything flying out here. All right, going to the middle. What do we have for Sagittarius? We have the raccoon. We have the black bear. And we have the coyote. All right. So with the raccoon, we have inventor. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. There comes integrity. You had the Page of Swords. It's communicate with integrity. Keep your eyes open. And you really are figuring out what you want. The Seven of Cups is offering you all those choices, and you might want lots of them. And you can actually have lots of those choices. You just figure out how you're going to get there. You have many roles and can juggle everything pretty well. Okay, the second animal spirit message, we have Black Bear, the Guardian. Gentle and wise protector, give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones I love. Awaken my intuition and guide me. So there's a guardian spirit with you, and you're looking, there's the confidence again, which came up with the Queen of Wands. Walk into a room like you own the place. That's a natural thing with the fire signs. You have that confidence. And when you walk in and exude that energy, it gives other people permission to feel really good about themselves. You actually bring out the best in other people when you shine your brightest. So you're listening to your intuition, allow it to guide you, and walk in with great confidence. It will serve you well. And the last one we have is Coyote, revealer of truth. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. So there's the whole idea of play. We had the Page of Wands in there, and the Sun, all about being really playful. And Sages can be pretty intense when they want to be, but they're also known to have great sense of humor. You know how to take something serious or take it when the mood is really intense and sort of loosen things up by adding humor into the mix. So those are your messages for you for this month, Sagittarius. I hope some of them helped you, and remember to be open to all the infinite possibilities.